Hello, otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. Alright, so in this one, I'm going to talk about losing weight and cognitive bias. The halo effect body image in this content is more geared towards women and how men are going to act towards you when you're carrying extra weight. Before I get into that, I'm going to talk about how everybody treats you when you're morbidly obese or just obese, because I've been both before. And men and women have both demonstrated certain behaviors that didn't occur once I lost weight. I wouldn't say I'm skinny now. I'm just not in the aforementioned categories anymore. I'm working on losing more for optimum health. But going from different categories, you see how you're treated differently and how grimy people are. Please comment below if any of this resonates with you or sounds familiar, like you've been through it or someone you know has complained about it. Also, please like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe. This content is either for you or it's not for you. Okay, this is a hard pill to swallow, but your size is the first thing everybody notices about you. I know you think it's your gender, your race, or your age. It's your size. After your size, they assess all that other stuff. In the wild, it's all about big and small. In civilization, it's also all about big and small. We are judged for everything I just mentioned, and people are going to be prejudiced for whatever reason. If you have a weight problem, people are going to see you as your weight problem. Yeah, they are going to see you as your weight problem. Sorry for pointing. I know that's rude. The cognitive bias is going to kick in, and your weight is going to become your actual identity to people. I wouldn't know this had I not been in several stages of weight class. This is what people do. Even the compliments people give you when you're fat are about your weight. The compliments. When someone wants to tell you that you look nicer, they'll ask you if you've lost weight. They're still reminding you that you're fat. You don't realize how grimy that is, because if you were like me, when I was heavy, I was dying to look thinner. So I didn't see how messed up that was. I was thinking, oh, do I look thinner somehow? But when you're fat, everyone is focused on it. I mean, they can't help but see you as this fat person, okay? If you think I'm tripping, just keep watching, and I'll describe how it goes after I lost the weight and got out of the obese BMI. You'll also get compliments from people who are fat enthusiasts and chubby chasers who say they prefer BBWs, women your size, bigger gals, whatever label they put on it to normalize their fetish. I know I just said a word they don't like on YouTube, but they're objectifying your body size. Someone is probably going to come for me in the comments, but you don't want to be near anyone who has an attraction to the unhealthy amount of adipose tissue on your body, especially because it's not you, the person, they are attracted to. You want someone to value you as a human being, not a fat factory. I told you this content was not for everyone. Somebody is going to get offended. Somebody is going to get in my comments and say something. But I'm just going to speak my mind. I'm going to tell you what guys have said to me as a smaller person about bigger women. When I was thin, and I'm thinner now. This is what they say to me, okay? Men like to go to bed with bigger women, but they don't like being seen in public with them. I was literally told that. Men do marry bigger women all the time, but they'd prefer that she was fit. She might check the rest of the boxes as wife material, so he's settling. They have used the word settling. I will settle for a big woman if I have to. I will settle for her. Yeah. The things you find out. Here's another thing. When a woman is bigger, some men tend to see her as more of a source to take from instead of give to. When you see a fatter person, you think to yourself, they don't have enough to do. They are sitting around and they have way too much to eat and too many resources. This isn't necessarily true, but this is what everyone thinks. When you see someone you perceive as lazy with too many resources, you want to take from them and put them to task. That's if you're a man in a relationship with a fat woman, not an employer. If a woman like that applied for a job, the application would be chucked. And that is, I'm sorry, it's true. Men have come out and said these kinds of women will do more for you because they are just glad to have somebody. This includes giving them money. Men have also said they'll put up with more nonsense because it's harder for them to find someone else. They also think these kinds of women will be less likely to cheat because of lack of opportunity. Now, I'm just letting you guys know this is not my opinion. This is what guys have told me. Okay, this is not what I think. Okay? And this was not me as a bigger woman. Guys, if you're watching, all women have the opportunity to cheat. All of them do, okay? If someone has a vagina, someone wants it. Real talk. I don't care what she looks like. Some people have no standards. It just needs to be a vagina. You might also think your partner is unattractive, but someone else may not think so. They may think she's very attractive. Both sexes neg fat women. N-E-G, neg. Let's say you have pretty privilege, or you're just prettier than average, but you're fat. People are going to remind you that you're fat all the time to try to humble you. There's just all kinds of messed up information I have for you today, huh? People will blindside you with conversations about your weight. You'll be thinking you're talking about something else and they'll disguise it as a compliment, yet they'll come out of left field and mention your body. Like that's ever okay. Say like it's someone you haven't seen in 15 years. You still talk to so-and-so? Where are you working now? How's your mom? You look good at this size. You've put on a lot of weight, but you carry it well. What the fuck? I'm still not skinny, but my weight is out of the dangerous range. I'm no longer get dehumanized like I am my fat. That's what's going on now. So this is what happens now. People don't ask me for things. People never give me weight-related compliments. They compliment my outfit. That's something people only usually do when you're thin enough. Thin enough. I don't think I'm thin, but I'm thin enough. Okay? When you're smaller, it's easier to look good in your clothes, and people will compliment your clothes. Once you get thin enough, people will do that. I get told I look like celebrities. I get admired, told I'm gorgeous, smiled at, singled out. Again, no one ever mentions my size. Everyone notices everything else about me. That did not happen before. The compliment is always something else. I feel flattered, not dehumanized. I'm actually noticed for myself and not something unhealthy about me that people decided was my identity. So I'm treated like a human being now that I'm out of the obese range. Something people may try to do when you're heavier is try to take liberties with you. It's the kind of stuff I mentioned earlier, but it's also being approached by a certain kind of people. When you're big and fat, you get a lot of wavy hands and WYD in your DMs. You might argue with me and say that Dusties are going to approach all women with that nonsense. That has not been my experience. When I'm skinny, they don't play around with me like that. When I was big, I had that going on. I get sexually harassed in a different way as a smaller person, but it's not stuff like that. You're just gonna get some kind of harassment as a woman no matter what. It's just a different kind as a big woman. I no longer have guys following me and giving me compliments like, "You got ass." Now I'm getting compliments that I'm gorgeous and stylish, and people are remembering my name, not my big ass. I don't know, I kind of just think that's better. I know I've said this before in several contents, and I'll die on this hill. Women don't like to be told that you prefer bigger women, or older women, or the bigger women tend to have nicer personalities, or that a man is dating a woman with your skin color, or he thinks you're going to be less aggressive. All of this is cognitive bias, and all of the statements I made are creepy. You can have your preferences, but don't come out and say degrading things to people and give prejudiced reasons for stuff. When I say bigger women and older women, don't point out a woman's size or her age. Don't try to use condescending language like, "How young are you?" or "Your size is perfect." I don't care how socially awkward someone is or why that is creepy, so it doesn't matter. I'll call the cringe out. I've asked people, "Ew, did you have to say that?" I've chastised people for saying all kinds of stuff to me. But they are more likely to act right when you aren't obese and when you're leveled up. All this to say, if you don't think it's going to be any different once you lose weight, it is. I try to motivate friends to lose weight with me, and they say they don't want to because they've never been thin. They don't understand that you stop being a fat person to people and just become a person. Losing weight should be for health. Once you lose a significant amount and get out of the obese territory, level up your appearance, you will notice that you're treated completely differently, and it's not your imagination. Wherever you're at in the journey, I hope you feel validated by this information, harsh as it was. And yeah, I talked about people acting grimy. You're no less of a person if you're a person of size, but people will treat you like you are. And I've been very thin before, I've been very fat before, and the way they treat me as a person is completely different. And I hate to say that I had to lose a significant amount of weight before I was treated like an actual human being, but that's God's absolute truth. And I will get on my platform and tell people exactly how it goes. Okay, so I'm just letting you know, if you think it's a bunch of BS, it's not. People do treat you like you are your weight problem. So I hope that motivates people to take care of themselves. But you are not your weight problem. Okay, you're just some information and some motivation away from changing your life. And no matter what, you need to love yourself. That's the bottom line. But I mean, I love myself, and I started taking control of my weight. I started doing whatever I could to get back in a healthy range so I could feel better. And I started feeling better. I started feeling better about myself. I started looking better. I started just feeling more like myself. And people stopped making everything about my weight, which they do. Once you lose enough, they stop making things about your weight. And if they don't, they're nagging you. So I hope this was helpful. It was just the ugly truth. And anyway, I thank everybody for watching this, and I hope this was information that helps somebody. And I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next content.